Subscribe to Radio 1 International. You were remembering the character and the relationship. The general background is not what you are going to remember.
Resonating with the
Yeah,
story.
with the story. And not just the story, with the rishte. Johar Jan was the first woman in the world to sing on a wax record in 1902. And I mean in the world.
Wow.
Yes, wow. And she sang in 20 languages.
All right, welcome to the socials of 94.3 Radio 1. I'm Bharat, and I'm so excited to be having a veteran actress and someone who's championed great stories, of course, directing this wonderful new play, which is called Zen Katha. That is, of course, going to be playing in Mumbai very soon, courtesy INT Aditya Birla Center for Performing Arts. Lilith, ma'am, so good to have you. How are you?
Very happy to be back here.
Yes.
I think the last time I was here was last year with Jaya, which we opened last year. So always happy to be back and talking about what I love, which is plays and theatre.
Absolutely. And speaking of that, we have to talk about this beautiful new play. You were telling me the expansive story that is
Yes.
so fascinating in its
It
nature.
is, it is.
Zen Katha, the play. What really drew you to this story that, of course, Mr. Pratap Sharma wrote and sort of researched extensively and brought
Yes.
brought pen to paper? What was your first instinct when you heard the story, and what is it that you've tried to do, reimagining it on stage?
Okay, so first thing is I did do this play many, many years ago.
Okay.
2002, 3, I can't remember. Almost 20 years ago, or a little over 20 years ago. And at that point, I had done a play of Pratap Sharma's, which was called Sammy. It was on Gandhiji. Very interesting play. And then very soon after, he wrote this play called Zen Katha, and he said, I'd love you to do this as well. So, to give a little background about my company's main interest is to platform original Indian writing, okay? But in English. People say, why in English? I say in English because I think English is really our second language, much as we want to deny it. Hindi is our first language, and next to that, I think it's Hindi. In English. So, and I also want to take the plays across the world. That is the reason I set up the company, to do Indian English writing. Original could be in Marathi, could be in Bengali, could be in Hindi, could be in anything. I mean, I've done Mohan Rakesh, I've done Mr. Tendulkar, I've done Girish Karnad, where the original plays were in Kannada or Marathi or, Hindi. But I do them in English, except Mohan Rakesh, which I did in Hindi, because I want to take them abroad. And I am very happy to say that, modestly, that I am probably one of the most widely traveled theatre companies. We've been to 5 continents, right from New Zealand to the west coast of America, Harare, Zambia, to pata nahi kahan kahan. So one of the reasons I do it in English is because then everybody can understand the play,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Otherwise, local people, I'm not just doing it for NRIs, I'm also doing it for people who have not seen our work from India. And really, when I did it, I remember Tendulkar play, somebody told me, or the play I'm doing now, Mahesh Ilkunchwar, somebody from abroad who had a very big company said, Arey, but this looks very sophisticated, this play. Was it written by an Indian? I said, yes, it was.
Yeah.
And was that an insult or was that a compliment? You're sounding so shocked that कि an Indian can ऐसी अच्छा script लिख सकता है. So I think it's very important because we keep getting stuff from outside and saying, wow, look at this movie, look at this script, look at this play. But what about stuff that we've written? What I call our stories. And if they're good stories, they're universal stories. They should appeal to everyone. The play that I'm going to be doing in the next 3 days in Delhi is a play called Dance Like a Man, an Indian play, which is quite iconic. It's completing 700 shows.
Wow.
Okay, across the world. And when we were going to New York, we've been everywhere with it. People said, oh no, they won't understand, you're speaking with a slightly South Indian and Gujarati accent and all. I said, but they have to enter my world.
Yeah.
When I go and see a movie set in Harlem or a movie set in, let's say, Scotland, look at their accents. We say, huh? What did they say?
Yeah, you
What
get
did they
about
say?
70% of what they're saying.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
now we have subtitles,
Oh,
so
yeah,
at
for
least we
sure.
can
Yeah,
understand.
yeah.
But otherwise, you don't know what they're saying. So I said, हम तो बहुत अच्छी English बोलते हैं India में, and the Brits came and taught us how to speak
Yeah.
English.
They did.
So we speak it well.
Yeah.
And if it has a slight accent, doesn't mean you don't understand what they're saying.
True.
Even in Zen, I'm going to bring a slight slight Chinese, slight South Indian accent, because it's set in, the first half is in India, in Kanchipuram, and the second half is in China.
Yes.
So that is important, because that's how you create that world, by also listening to that accent. I don't speak Marathi or anything, but I'm doing a play in which I play a Maharashtrian from Pune, and I speak with that slight accent, because it immediately makes me also feel different as an actor. So anyway, so Zen Katha, when I read about it, because it was an original play, because I found the story very fascinating, and my scripts go, I'm quite a maverick. They go from here to there. I could
Oh,
write
yeah.
about. No, I find different
Yeah.
subjects interesting,
Yeah,
Bharat.
yeah.
It could be, one very powerful play I did was on sexual abuse. One was on homosexuality. One was on Gohar, this woman who was the first woman who sang, by the way, on a wax record,
Right.
in 1902.
Yes.
It could be the story.
Was it the Sara Ali Khan movie had something to do with it?
Nothing.
Eh,
This was a
no.
wonderful
Okay,
play
okay.
written by somebody else. But she's a very famous and very interesting
I'm sure,
character.
I'm sure.
So, Gohar Jan.
Right.
Gohar Jan was the first woman in the world to sing on a wax record in 1902. And I mean in the world.
Wow.
Yes, wow. And she sang in 20 languages. Now, again, see, it's someone you don't even know.
Yeah.
Even my own musicians who came to play for me live said, अरे कौन थी ये गौर जान? तो मतलब बहुत ज़रूरी है कि हम ये कहानियाँ बताएं.
Yeah.
Because imagine that she was a Amy Winehouse of her time.
of her time.
At 15, she was composing, she wrote lyrics, she sang in 20 languages, she got paid the princely sum of 3,000 rupees in 1902 for one recording. You translate that into what it is today.
That's a Taylor
So she
Swift
was-
paycheck for sure.
I mean, Taylor Swift plus.
Yeah.
And she was a heck of a character.
Yeah.
So, I mean, her personal life as well. So, I'm saying these are stories I want to tell.
Yeah.
Story of Bodhidharma, the story of I also did a play on Devika Rani, who's more known, but even her, all the, उसके पीछे क्या था, what you saw on screen, उसके पीछे क्या था, उसकी कहानी क्या थी, वो सब हमको, we should want to know. This is
sure.
our history.
Yeah.
This is our history. So I'm very interested in subjects like that. Aside from also, for lack of a better word, social subjects like, like let's say gender, or like Dance Like a Man explores this. A boy wants to be a dancer,
Yeah.
a Bharatnatyam dancer. And the father says, what nonsense, this is too effeminate. My son should play cricket. My son should do something manly. ये क्या है? कोई dancer थोड़ी बनता है. अच्छा तुमको अपने शौक के लिए करना है, चलो करो. It's a hobby. But what
Yeah.
are you doing?
Yeah.
You can't become a dancer. So exploring either interesting social taboos or social issues is also what's interesting. But having said all that, let me tell you, because I don't want anyone to feel that Zen Katha is about meditation or about martial arts, which I'm going to talk about. It is basically every play, every film, every book has to be first a human interest story. I have to connect. You were talking about a film to me that I had done. You were remembering the character and the relationship. The general background is not what you are going to remember.
Resonating with the story.
Yeah, with the story. And not just the story, with the rishte.
The interpersonal,
relationships.
the interpersonal dynamics,
yes.
of course, yeah.
That is what hooks you as an audience, you know.
Sure.
So whether I want to talk about history, whether I want to talk about social issues, whether I want to talk about a certain thing like an art form, like singing or dance, ultimately you're seeing the play because you are connecting to the characters and you're resonating with them and their relationship. So any father-son conflict is a conflict anybody will get. In the same play, there's a mother-daughter, kind of from the mother's side, a little jealousy because she was a big dancer. Now suddenly she's history, and the daughter is the big one. So this also is something that any mother-daughter will get. So ultimately, I feel my play should be about anything, but my audience should get hooked in to these relationships, and they should start caring about these characters and what happens to them and why they're doing what they're doing, and that's what makes it interesting. So even Zen Katha, I found the story fascinating, absolutely, because I didn't know it myself. I've never done martial arts, so I didn't even know about. I didn't know
It was
about
a
this
new world for you.
gentleman.
Yes, yeah.
New world. But I find it very beautiful. I have seen Shaolin monks live dancing,
Right.
and it's magic. You know, they leap in the air and they do all kinds of beautiful things. So it's a challenging. Also, I love challenges. It's a very different kind of play. And every time I do a play, I want to do something 180 degrees different from the last one.
Wow.
So I don't know what I had done before this. I think I had done short stories of women or something like that, a very dynamic, different kind of play. And then suddenly I said, abhi ye ho gaya, abhi kuch aur karna chahiye. So when he came with this play, I said, this is totally different.
Yeah.
Totally. So I did do it then. And Mrs. Rajshri Billa, who has started and founded INT,
Yeah.
she was the one who supported it then.
Wow.
So I think she must have loved it, because when she was opening INT again, she's of course commissioned some other plays. They got in touch with me and said, we want you to do Zen Katha again. So we did quite a few shows. We went to Hong Kong, we went to Singapore, we went to Bangkok. And they loved it, because वहाँ तो martial arts में मतलब
Yeah.
घुसे हुए हैं. And it was about their patriarch,
Yeah.
you know, of Buddhism. He was the 20th patriarch of Buddhism. So he was very revered, very worshipped and all that. तो वहाँ तो लोग मतलब all the locals also came and all that. And which I'm hoping to do again, and I'm hoping INT will support me with that as well. Because
Yeah.
it's a play that needs to also go to the Southeast again. So basically it's a revival, and because it's original, it's Indian, it's our story, it's a fascinating story, it's very dramatic, it's funny, it's got a lot of action in it, and it has some lovely characters also, and it's a very interesting play to direct. So it allows nice visuals and all that, because it's set in different spaces in Kanchi. Then it goes from there to China, to the mountains, to the caves, to the monasteries. So visually also, it looks lovely.
Yeah. Wow.
So for many reasons.
Absolutely. Something that I really found interesting about how you explained your process of going with this subject matter, and that is challenging. It being challenging to you.
Has to be.
And, even portraying, two different worlds, like you said, they're so contrasting. You're showing the 6th century to you going to Chinese monasteries. How was the world building? Because you are on a stage and you have to depict all of that world building and character building. What was the whole challenge for you to be doing that, translating that on stage?
I think, Bharat, in a way, I find that's why I find theatre a little more interesting. Anyway, I find it interesting as an actor. I prefer the stage to film.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think हम लोग फिल्म में बहुत टुकड़ों में करते हैं acting,
Yeah.
We create something, then it's all broken, and then you go and firstly, it's not even chronological. Sometimes I'm shooting the climax before I even know my character. Suddenly I'm dying or something else is happening. Arey Baba, pehle kya hua? I haven't built the character enough.
Right.
Anyway, this is a whole subject on its own about acting.
But theatre is largely linear, is what you're saying.
No, it allows you to develop it as you're on stage and you are performing it like that. As an actor, anyone will tell you that that's the way you want to build your character.
True.
Step by step by step. You don't suddenly cut to the middle, then go to the top, then go back to the end, and it's all not linear at all.
Haphazard. You don't want it to be haphazard.
So it's very much more organic
Right.
on stage. But that's as an actor. You were saying, so what I love about cinema, about theatre is it allows your imagination to soar. If I sit on a stage, with a big balloon, and I say, मैं 10 साल की हूँ और मैं अभी चंद्रमा पे बैठी हूँ, you will believe it.
Yeah.
Because it's called suspension of
disbelief. Yeah.
You don't have to see everything as it is. If I climb 10 steps and say, oh, man, I'm so tired, I've walked up this mountain, you will believe me. Because it's your imagination that takes you there. While cinema shows you everything. You actually have to show her a mountain and a man climbing. What was that movie with Franco? What was his name?
127.
Days. Yeah,
127 hours, yeah.
So you have to see it.
Yeah.
On stage, you don't have to do anything. In fact, my favorite director, Peter Brook, always used to say, all you need on stage is one good actor, one light, and one audience. I mean, the audience. And you can create anything. I can
Yeah.
make you believe anything.
Yeah.
Anything. And you will believe it. If I'm a good actor and I can take you on that journey with me, you'll believe anything. Now, that is what is exciting to me on stage. That you don't have to see everything. You can let your imagination build lots of things in your mind and add to what I'm doing on stage. So, it to me, when you said, how do I go from place to place, some amount is there in visuals and all.
Of
But
course.
some amount is what I'm doing. I'm showing you I'm very cold, I'm in a mountain and all that, I don't have to have winds coming like in a movie to show all that and snow falling. Not necessary. Zen Katha is a story of a prince who was a weakling, a blue baby who was born in the 5th century in Kanchipuram to the Pallavas, the dynasty that went and conquered the south, the Deccan, and ousted the Cholas. So he's a weak baby, and the dynasty, the Pallava dynasty, was prided itself. By the way, they were the great temple builders. I saw something at Nita Ambani Center the other day.
NMAC.
Yeah, some of the most gorgeous temples in the south were built by the Pallavas. Mahabalipuram temple and many other temples. So they went there and they conquered, and he had this child, the third son, and he was a weakling and he wanted to get rid of him. So from that child being saved and creating his own sort of, what shall I say, program of breathing and all, partly using yoga, partly using his own imagination, his own strengths, he creates a way of what shall I say, physical exercise in the beginning and physical strength. And he also learns dhyan, which is meditation, which finally becomes Zen in China because they can't pronounce dhyan, dhyan,
Right.
Jan, Zen. Ultimately Zen.
Quite literally Chinese whispers, but
Literally.
without
Yeah.
how it
And it
translates.
became Zen.
Yeah.
And what he evolved for himself as a form of let's say defense and protection and nurture for his body physically became the martial arts as we know them. All the martial arts. He is the root of them.
Yeah.
Tai Chi. And you see, we don't know, but like I said, when I took this play to China, not China, I want to take it actually to Japan and China, to Hong Kong, Singapore, they all knew Bodhi Dharma. हम लोग नहीं जानते, जहाँ से आया है,
Yeah.
जहाँ ये पैदा हुआ, जहाँ ये सब उसने पहले पहले किया, कुछ नहीं मालूम. वहाँ जाके हमने बोला ये Bodhidharma. They were very,
Very receptive and
very
perceptive.
respectful.
Yeah.
कि तो उसकी कहानी है और हमको भी उसके उस पार्ट के बारे में उतना नहीं पता था. उसके यहाँ आने से पहले, चाइना आने से पहले जो उसने कांचीपुरम में किया, उसके बारे में हमको बहुत कम मालूम था और हमको थोड़ा बहुत शायद यहाँ का मालूम है, वहाँ का बहुत कम मालूम है.
Right.
So it was like a nice, Pratap did a fabulous job. The amount of research he did, he went, on his own. Nobody funded him. He went to China.
Wow.
He did all his homework, his research. Then he did research here, and then he put it all together. So I think it's a labor of love, real labor of love, and very few people would do this kind of in-depth research to understand something, because I think he loved the martial arts. He practiced it himself, and he was very curious कि यहाँ कहाँ शुरू हुआ, कब शुरू हुआ, किसने शुरू किया, कैसे शुरू हुआ, कर करके he created this piece. So anyway, I found it very fascinating, and then it's of course his whole journey on his spiritual, mental, physical level, but also there are lovely side stories. So I want to say that the story, there's a love story, there's drama, a lot of drama, because the Cholas are thinking, how can we get rid of these guys, do a coup and get rid of them. And there is humor, a lot of humor in it also, and there's a lot of emotion, and what I love a lot also, there is a innate spirituality in it also.
Wow.
So you come out feeling, inspired.
Yeah.
Inspired. And I feel that's very important in a play. Something should remain. after you see something. Movie ho, kitab ho, kuch bhi ho. Agar kuch nahi raha, it's like candy floss, you ate it and you came out and you don't even remember anything.
Some residue. You need something, yeah, something that you can
that
ponder
made you
over.
think,
Yeah.
or alter your way of looking at life,
Yeah.
or alter the way I look at somebody. You know, I have empathy for that somebody. I suddenly see say a movie about a trans person, and you know, suddenly I feel differently. You know, I've been on a Kashish jury, and I remember seeing those films, and they did transform me.
Yeah.
It's, you know, I think that is the really a function of art, as Shakespeare said. It holds up a mirror to society,
Yeah.
and you have to be altered in some way. Altered is a big word, but you must have some shift in focus. I must get something. I can't just go there, see it, ha 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 ha, he, bada maza aaya, chalo, let's go have a drink. And I don't remember anything.
Yeah.
So what was the point?
Yeah.
What was the point? Yet as a director and producer, I must tell you that I must engage you. I'm not here to give you gyan and messages and say, you know, iske baare mein suno, seekho. Nahin. I'm doing a piece of entertainment which is engaging, but engaging doesn't always mean entertaining. It engages you. It should keep you on that seat. You want to see more. You want to see more. You want to see more. But it's not necessarily only making you laugh or, you know, be on the surface. No, that is not, to me, that's frankly a waste of time, that kind of work. Where I'm just going there to have a good laugh and I roll on the aisles, which is also fun. I enjoy it. But I can't invest in that kind of work anymore. I mean, I never did. I can't invest. I'd love to go and see it.
Absolutely. So you
I
just.
mean, I might do a houseful where I
Oh yeah,
laugh,
yeah.
but I can't make that.
Yeah.
I can see, for me, film is for fun.
Yeah.
So कुछ भी करूँगी. मैं मॉनसून वेडिंग भी करूँगी, मैं हाउसफुल भी करूँगी, मैं बागबान भी करूँगी, मैं जुबैदा भी करूँगी, मैं माय ब्रदर निखिल भी करूँगी. I love different kind of work also. It's the same in theatre and it's the same in film. I remember after my first film, Zubaida, this man called me and he said, you know, I got lots of offers. And they kept saying, आप नई अरुणा ईरानी बनेंगी. I said, मुझे अरुणा ईरानी बहुत पसंद है. She's a wonderful actress. But मैं किसी के जैसे नहीं बनना चाहती. मैं जो हूँ सो हूँ. So they wanted the repetition, you know, of villain. You are a villain, so you will be villain again.
Yeah.
I am this chulbuli bhabhi or whatever I am, and I will keep doing this chulbuli bhabhi or whatever role it is again. So if you see, though I got into films at 46, very late in my life,
yeah.
I said I will not be typecast.
And
I
here
try
you
to
are.
still fight it because they say, आप ऐसी लगती हैं, आपको ऐसा रोल करना चाहिए. I said, नहीं, मैं ऐसा रोल नहीं करूँगी. So I'm waiting for this film which has not come out with Nawaz, in which I play a dadi who sits on a cart in sort of rural UP, Haryana, and speaks with a dialect and smokes a hookah and cracks her cane and never gets up. In the whole film, she sits on that place and commands everybody from that cart. Now, no one's seen me like that.
Yeah.
In theatre, we do it. We do anything. Like I said, I can play 10-year-old, 90-year-old. No problem. But film में it's very visual. भरत ऐसे लगता है, उसको ऐसा ही रोल करना चाहिए. भरत और कुछ कर ही नहीं सकता.
Right. They box you.
They box you.
They typecast you,
Yeah,
like you said.
and
yeah.
it is a visual medium. I'm not
For sure,
saying
for sure.
that.
Yeah.
But you know, as theatre actors, we find that very constricting. At least I do. कि ये क्या है? मैं कुछ भी कर सकती हूँ. मुझे यही रोल क्यों देते हैं आप? Strong या ये या वो या you know, जो भी sophisticated या they have some concepts in their head.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely side with you on that, and I feel you being really experimental with how you go about the stories that you choose to tell on stage is a testament to how you look at, you know, being experimental about your roles or the stories that you want to portray. I would actually want to ask you about this. You mentioned the fact that, you know, there is this play is very deep on spirituality. You know, I'm sure that you're innately spiritual in some way or the other, for sure. Did the whole journey?
We are attracted to things that somewhere little bit of that is in you also.
Of course, right.
Yeah. I'm passionate as a person.
Yeah.
So I'm drawn to things which are intense and passionate.
Yeah.
You know, I love a good laugh. It's not that, and I love comedy. You know, doing comedy also. I think comedy is very important. It's the other face.
Oh, for sure.
Of intensity, and let me tell you, some of the most evolved people, evolved spiritually evolved or in whatever way evolved, laugh a lot.
Yeah.
a lot. Because they know it's all Maya.
Yeah.
It's all Maya. So, you know, they have gone beyond. So there is this lightness they have. They have a lightness and a joyfulness, and I have met some like that, where it's not heavy. You feel, अरे ये गुरु है, या ये हैं, या संत हैं, या जो भी हैं, पर ऐसा नहीं है. उनमें इतनी ये this is the only word, joyfulness है, और खुशी है, और compassion है, और हंसी है. बहुत हंसते हैं. I remember one sant I had met when I was very young. All I remember is his stomach shaking like this. He was constantly laughing.
Yeah.
He had so much love. They had so much love. So I think that is a part of being evolved spiritually.
For sure.
It is not heaviness and only gyan and all. It's not like that. वो तो है ही उनमें. वो तो without having to say it, they give it to you.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, looking at the brighter side of things, I mean, I feel a lot of people who probably have the ability to laugh on themselves are innately optimistic as well. Because
I laugh at myself all the time.
Yeah. Wonderful, wonderful. Wow, this play really sounds fascinating, and for
It is,
all
it is.
our listeners and viewers, thank you so much for tuning in. We
You know,
would really
especially Bharat, for the younger generation,
yeah.
where their minds are so scattered
Yeah.
through so many things they're exposed to and all that.
For sure.
You know, why do so many of them have mental sort of depression and this and that? One of the things this play talks about is just centeredness, a little stillness, you know. Don't get so distracted. And that social media, so I can take that phone and
Throw it.
chuck it somewhere. I mean, it just, you know, it just plays with your mind.
For sure.
It doesn't give you time to just rest and be at rest just for even 10 minutes in a day. So I'm not saying that I'm advocating meditation, which is a very good thing, but to just be with yourself for a little while instead of constantly trying to keep your mind occupied all the time. I think that's a beautiful takeaway also from the play, aside from enjoying the visuals and the drama and the story and all that. There is something, you know what I told you, empty the mind and mind the empty. उसको देखो
Yeah.
क्या है अंदर.
Yeah.
ये सब लोग डरते हैं करने से.
Yeah.
You don't want to be still. You don't want to look deep inside. You know,
Yeah.
you just want to keep going. Then you don't have to think.
Yeah, it's a hypnosis that we
Just do
voluntarily
this, then
want to
do
be a
this,
part of.
Then
Yeah.
let's do this. Let's do that. If I'm bored, scroll. I have to keep myself going all the time. Why?
Yeah,
Why?
exactly.
Because if you stop, you're scared sometimes that what'll happen? What'll I find? You know? So I think for people that's a very interesting takeaway. from the play.
Absolutely. And speaking of that takeaway, it's so necessary to a city like ours, which is Mumbai, where this play is going to be, of course, happening on the 1st of November.
Yes.
7 o'clock at the Royal Opera House. What would you like to say to the people who are going to be attending this wonderful play of yours, which has this beautiful philosophy, this fascinating journey of Bodhidharma?
Yeah.
What would you like to say to our listener and viewer?
Well, first I want to say is that it has a fantastic cast.
Right.
So they're also going to see some really good performances. The story, of course, is fascinating. Hopefully, I have done a decent job of directing it.
No doubts there.
And it has some beautiful, it has what is called the katha. The katha is a story in the form of movement.
Yeah.
So that is a part of martial arts. So they're going to see some martial arts, which these actors, poor things, who are not martial artists, have worked hard to practice and do. So it'll be something very different. On one hand, it is a dramatic / romantic / humorous story. On the other hand, it is a world which they rarely see. So it's very different. It's novel. And I think they'll see something visually also, which is very exciting. And I think all the actors who you are going to meet, some of them and talk to them also, have done a wonderful job. So it's also, they're going to see some really good performances. And I think they're going to be exposed to thoughts and a world which is very different from what they're normally used to. So it's going to be exciting and different.
Well, looking forward to the same. And yes, can't wait to watch it live. Please go and get your tickets. We're going to be listing it down in the description. And well, thank you so much for your time.
My
It's been a
pleasure.
pleasure talking to you. You have such great clarity of thought, and your passion really is visible in each word that you say. And
Thank
I'm sure that it's going to be translated in this beautiful play, Zen Katha. Thank you so much for your time, Lilith ma'am. And
Most
big
welcome.
shout out to INT Aditya Birla Center
Yes,
for
a
Performing
big
Arts.
thank you. This play would not have happened
yeah.
without their really, went on telling me that they really wanted to revive it. And it was not on my plate for this year. And, I had thought at some point I might revive it. But because they were so keen,
Yeah.
and Miss Birla was so keen, and I admire and respect her a lot. So it was for that reason that I said, okay. And I'm very glad I did, because it's a revisiting of all the things I had enjoyed in this play.
I'm sure.
And I think so many years down the line, I think I needed to do that again, to reconnect with those thoughts and the ideas and things that were in the play. So it's a big thank you to INT for making me do this play again, actually.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, and really looking forward to everything that you do by the means of theatre and all the wonderful film roles that you're going to be doing as well. Thank you so much for your time.
Subscribe to Radio 1 International, on which I'm going to be appearing also very soon.
94.3 Radio 1.